goodness gracious me. Welcome back to another Naram Promotions, the real deal podcast show. It's one of those shows that is a lot of feeling, a lot of emotions, and we'll talk about it in a few minutes. But welcome back, ladies and gentlemen around the globe. This is Naram Promotions, the real deal podcast show. Naram Promotions, the real deal podcast show, highlights the history and current status of the Jamaican reggae music culture. Our objective is to first inform our audience of the rich reggae culture that exists in Southeast St. Elizabeth, Southwest Manchester of Jamaica. We will open our lens and our microphones mostly to the South Central section of the island of Jamaica to highlight the many reggae artists, reggae bands, reggae sound systems, the food, the reggae DJs, the lifestyle, the people, and the businesses that have helped to influence and mold the rich Jamaican culture across the globe. Secondly, we will from time to time engage with our Jamaican diaspora to gain insights of the progress of the reggae music culture across the globe. Naram Promotions, the Real Deal podcast show, airs every week and especially on a Saturday, even when we're late, and we apologize for that. And this family friendly show, we ask you to like, subscribe, share, comment, and click the notification bell to keep this show alive. We thank you in advance and we ask you to give us a positive feedback. You know, it takes only 30 seconds or 5 seconds, maybe, to click that, to like. Just click. All we ask you to do is click. And share. Tell your friends about it. We're dealing with South Central Jamaica and also the diaspora of South Central Jamaica across the globe. We say hats off to DJ Latta. He's not here tonight. He has traveled internationally. He's gone back to Canada to be with his family and also to carve out some venues that we will be at in a very near future. This show is going to grow to higher heights. I guarantee you, as long as I'm alive. And we say maximum respect to the family of DJ Latta. And we say we wish you a safe journey in and safe journey out. Well, out and in. We say to our global audience, pray. Pray when you're going out, pray when you're coming in, because we don't control our lives. We don't. God controls our life. And tonight you'll understand why. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to touch on a few subjects tonight, and they're very close to me. Since the beginning of this week, we've been getting some death news in the family. Been getting some news of people in the family that are ill. I'm just coming from a great friend of mine who we had a scheduled appointment, and he's in the hospital. That's how simple life is. But in all of that, I've looked at the scenario or the whole picture, the big picture of what our forefathers have said. Tomorrow is not promised to anyone. Goodness gracious me. You know, I was talking to Yvonne Powell. She was my secretary when I was the president of the Kiwanis Club of Junction, St. Elizabeth in Jamaica. And when she sent me this poster, well, she first gave me the news late at night. I had to wake up for that call. And a great friend of mine passed away. Just before the same morning she was supposed to do her citizenship swear in. She was supposed to swear in to become a United States citizen. She she passed away. Good friend of mine, Opal Wendy Francis Swaby. Condolences to the family and her friends and all who knew her. She's from Bull Savannah, St. Elizabeth. Great friend of mine. Close, close friend. She passed away. On the morning she was supposed to raise her hand and become a United States citizen, she passed the citizenship exam. She was excited for that. She was hoping to raise that flag. Moments before, her life was cut short. A sad moment. She's one of those Jamaicans that has worked all her life. She has catered for her children and her husband. She has lived the Jamaican dream and the American dream, and her life was cut short. I think she was 54. You know, since then, I got another news. A good friend of mine, Dennis Stevenson, he was buried today. Well, he's going to be cremated, from what I've heard. From St. Elizabeth, a stalwart, an icon in southeast St. Elizabeth, passed away. He'll, both Opal and Dennis Stevenson will be truly missed. These are people who are giants who have built their community. With my father, I grew up seeing that. Giants. He's now gone. That era is over. We say condolences to the family of Dennis Stevenson. Mr. Bartley passed away. Great friend of mine. This is another giant. Community activists, contributor, those who lift up those who are down, they contributed immensely to the community. He passed away. Was sick for some time. All of them were sick for some time. He passed away. Mr. Bartley left a few children behind, but I gotta say, Randy Bartley and Cadian Bartley, his wife, who we should have interviewed a few days ago. She told you she had a family emergency, and also a family member of mine passed away a few hours ago. This gentleman who passed away, God rest his soul, he buried my father, he buried my son, and he buried my brother, family member. And we say condolences to um, hmm, Panton Witter Sr., Sir Pompey of Witters and Sons Funeral Home. This week, this month, we've seen some real icons, stars, game changers, the real deal. These people have passed away, amongst many others. Too much to mention over the last few years, few months, and especially this month of May. Before I get into the immigration issue, I had to mention this because tonight is a different kind of show. This is Naram Promotions, the Real Deal podcast show. Ladies and gentlemen, to say I'm not feeling it is an understatement. This is serious. We've lost some stalwarts, some real icons, some real men and women who have carved out and worked hard for the betterment of Jamaica in their own little way. They were a big part of that puzzle. You don't understand if you don't know. They've contributed in ways that you will never understand. And I say condolences to everyone who knew them. Big up Miss Dion Curtis. You've lost someone. Condolences to you. An old partner of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I want to send a message to all my people from South Central Jamaica, Southeast St. Elizabeth, Southwest Manchester, and Jamaica in its entirety. Now I'm going to lead into U.S. immigration. We've heard a lot of news about approximately 4,000 Jamaicans are on the deportation list. I hope the Prime Minister is listening. I'm sure he is, Andrew Holness. We respect you. You're the Prime Minister of Jamaica. But that's a game changer. That's a big deal. For those Jamaicans who are here in the United States, it's time to think about your future if you're not in any way straight in this country. I'm going to put my number down here. Call me. I'll point you in the direction of where you need to go. Ladies and gentlemen, the things have changed. There's a new president of the United States. I'm a citizen. I'm okay. However, if you're not, and you have some things that are not so right with you, you need a lawyer or an attorney that deals with immigration. There's quite a few. I'm affiliated with a few, but you need to know that it's now time, or it's past the time that you should have done something. Tom Homan, Tom Homan. I'll put the video up on the next show. Not tonight. I don't feel like it tonight. But he told the world a few hours ago that if you're here, you're undocumented, and if you are are here and you've passed the legal time that you're supposed to be here, and you're going to be here past 30 days, you got to register. Got to register with CBP, Homeland Security. If you don't, and you're caught, there's a possibility you'll never ever get back here. The U.S. government has thrown an olive branch. That olive branch to say, register with us, tell us what's going on with your situation if you intend to exit or you're here illegally. And you may have the opportunity to come back if you leave, if you're not in good standing, that is. It's time to start talking to an attorney, an immigration specialist. I've been saying this for some time, but I've never emphasized that as I'm doing tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the United States of America immigration system has changed in a significant way. If you don't know what's going on with yourself, if you're here, you're undocumented, you've overstayed your time, you have a criminal history, You've not done what you're supposed to do to get yourself legal with the government. It's now time. You need to get your house in order. The president is not joking. Neither is his cabinet, neither is Homeland Security, USCIS, the judiciary, police, ICE. They're not joking. This is not the time for you to wish for the best. If you think that you can make it by staying on under the radar, they'll find you one way or the other. This is not the time to play around. You got to make a decision now or face the consequences. It's only going to get worse. Tom Homan told the whole world that. He's not joking. There's a mandate, and they're using every possible technology, including AI, to make sure that anyone who defies this mandate has no chance after this, or something drastically has to change for you to have an opportunity to have another option of getting back here when they get you out. The House has passed a bill that will significantly increase the funding for immigration, Homeland Security, Immigration and Custom Enforcement, ICE, for deportations. They found ways to circumvent what is going on with the courts because it's already in motion. It's just a matter of procedure. Tom Homan said they're going to double down and triple down on removing those who are here illegally. The Supreme Court has ruled in a certain way that you need to check to read up on what's going on. My friends, if you're here and you know you're not good, it is now time for you to make a decision before they find you if you're not good. I'm going to go into more details in the coming weeks, and I'm going to touch deeply on this topic because it affects many of our people from South Central Jamaica and Jamaica in its entirety, and many people in our diaspora. A lot of people are going to be coming home, and I'm wondering. I heard the Prime Minister of Jamaica said you can come home, but is there any preparation for such a large number? Goodness gracious me, that's going to change the demographics. It's going to have a significant um, pull on resources, especially the police, the military, economic. From the economics perspective, that is like a pendulum that can swing either way. So it's a game changer. It's going to affect the economy of Jamaica one way or the other. That's guaranteed. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Naram Promotions, the Real Deal podcast show. And I'm saying to you, it's going to be a short show tonight. I want to say big up to Mr. Wayne Bowles. He has a great game tomorrow that is sponsored by SDC. It's a T20 cricket at Bowles Oval in Downs District in Manchester, Jamaica. This is a big deal for Jamaica. It's a family event. And if you check our previous podcast, you'll see where he was here in Queens, New York. And I got to him just before he flew out to Jamaica to make sure that he prepares the oval and the event for everybody and and their families to have a great time. You want to check out Bowls Over tomorrow for T20. It is a semifinal of the SDC competition, and I tell you this, it is a big deal for South Central Jamaica. If you've never been to a cricket match at T20, especially in the South Central of Jamaica, it's going to be a big deal. I am proud of Sir Wayne Bowles for putting in his blood, sweat, and tears, his own money, to make sure that this gets to the point it is today. It is a big deal. And let's put it into perspective. A lot of ovals have closed down over the years because of many issues. Alumna Partners of Jamaica closed, and so it was like a domino effect across the entire South Central of Jamaica. And with it, the economy tanked, but the farmers and the people of South Central Jamaica decided that they would not go down without a fight. And they bounced back. The businesses have stood up and they've stood the test of time to make sure that they survive and be there for the people of South Central Jamaica. We have to say hats off to TJ from Alligator Pond, the counselor, who has been doing great things. Hats off to him. We got to thank a lot of people in the area who have stood up over all these years, even through the pandemic. Many have gone, many businesses have gone, many have died, but they stood the test of time. Bowles was one of them, and his family. And we say, Thank you to those who have persevered throughout this time. Naram Promotions, the Real Deal podcast show is here for you. And I'm going to turn things around a little bit with Naram Promotions. Because you got to understand that this show is something that we're looking on the long term rather than the short term. And I'm going to say this, that I'm going to focus more on the businesses. I'm going to deal with the sound systems and also the schools, churches, community events, and so on. I'm going to place emphasis on that because I think there's more value there. If party goers, like promoters, want to have their posters advertised, you have to go to the Mystic Inn in Sear District in Manchester and present your poster there. There is a minimum spend limit for that, for me to focus on that on this show. Because we're taking it to another level at this point. And I'll you'll find out why when I say this, because we gotta cut the time limit down in terms of the length of the show. And if I'm gonna advertise all those posters on a Monday, it takes some time. So there's a minimum spend limit at the Mystic Inn, and you'll find out what that is when you go there. You can go there any day, 7 days a week, but there's a minimum spend limit for me to mention your poster. And if you need more time and you want to come on and come on live and talk about your show, your event, then um that depends on your spend limit. However, um that will be transferred to me from the Mystic Inn in Jamaica. Also, there's no charge for churches, schools, community groups, and so on. Those groups are okay. But if you're having a party and you want me to mention your flyer, you got to go to the Mystic Inn and present your flyer after you. There's a purchase requirement at the Mystic Inn for them to pass those flyers on to me. So the sound systems I'll talk about, the DJs I'll talk about if they have events, and I'll talk about their posters, no problem. But that's the requirement moving forward. We'll be diving deep into community groups, also community individuals who are game changers, the schools, churches, and so on, clubs, and so on. We will emphasize on moving forward. We'll still have PIP Mondays, but with a difference, we're not going to dive into party posters unless you go to the Mystic Inn and present them. And we will take them on at that point. But there's a spending requirement at the Mystic Inn. You got to go to the Mystic Inn in Sear District in Manchester any day, 7 days a week, um, so that we can highlight them for you. But let's go back to Bowles Oval. Because tomorrow, this is a big deal, by the way. Bowles Oval and Bowles Fish Stop are icon venues in Downs District in Manchester, Jamaica. So therefore, I'm going to put it up in a second. Um, you've got to go there to get the true feel of what I'm talking about. So, ladies and gentlemen, turn out tomorrow, June 1st, at Bowes Oval because you won't be disappointed. I guarantee you that. Mr. Wayne Bowles will not disappoint you at the Bowles Oval. It's a family event, and I'm emphasizing it because I can tell you this, that if you're there tomorrow, go early. The food is great, the atmosphere is great, there's enough parking space, there's a lot of great food, music you you should not miss. I don't see what else you could be doing on a Sunday but be being by Bowes Oval to witness an event that is sponsored by SDC. If you notice I'm going to show the poster in a second. If you notice the poster, it has um, the SDC and the Jamaica coat of arms there. That means it is a secure event. It is definitely a secured event. Ask Wayne Billings. He'll be there. Let me see if I got it here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I got it. If this is it. Hold on. No, that's not the one. Let me take that down. I'm searching for the poster as we speak. But this is, as I said, one of those events that you just can't afford to miss. I don't see the reason why to miss such an event. And I don't see why I'm still searching for the poster for you guys. And I probably have to go on the internet because I lost that poster and I had it up the other day. Let's get into it. I'll find it for you. But I don't I don't see what else you could be doing. And I think let's see if I got it here. I have to probably go on. Let's see. I'm gonna find that poster for you before I get off the line, and I don't know why I don't have it up here, but I don't see why you should not be at this event because it is very rare that you get something like this anywhere in the South. It is very rare that you have a semifinal of this magnitude anywhere in the South. It is very rare that a semifinal of this magnitude is held anywhere in the south central of Jamaica. Now, let's think about that for a second. This is SDC of Jamaica. Big deal. Giving you something that is of great significance. It's cricket. And not only that, it's sponsored by IRFM also. It's sponsored by some very prominent people or organizations in Jamaica. So let's really think about that. Are we going to let that opportunity slide because we did not think it's important to support the event? Hmm, I don't think so. If you're in Jamaica, you should support the event. It should not be a case where we're thinking of what or where to go on that day. It should be first knowledge to everybody. Put it on your calendar for tomorrow. Not too late. Go there. Check it out. And I'm going to reach to it for you guys because this is truly a big deal. Okay? This is truly a very, very big deal. Here we go. All right. So let me get that poster up for you in a second. So I'm going to read that poster out because this event is something that we got to pay attention to. Okay? So I'm going to put it up here in a second. Let me get things organized for you. And this is T20 cricket. T20. Imagine that. T20 cricket. It's a semifinal. It's the semifinal event of T20. Let me here it is. So let's read that poster out. Check this out. Let me remove any impediment to the whole poster. So we have it up here. So it's SDC, National Community T20 Cricket. Tomorrow, Sunday, June 1st, 2025, is the Paris semifinal. Match one is at 10 a.m. South, it's going to be South Star United versus French Park Cricket Club. Match two is at 2 p.m. Fairfield United versus Comfort Community Club at the Bowles Oval in Manchester. Now, the Ministry of Local Government also. Now, hold on a second, guys. I wonder if you understand what's going on here. Let me kind of slow that down for you. I'm going to touch on it one more time. Okay. Let's let's really look at this from a different perspective. Okay. So we have the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development, the Social Development Commission, that's SDC, Courts Jamaica, Courts Ready Cash, IRFM, SDJ, Jamaica Cricket, and Discovery Boxside are some of the sponsors of this event. This is the parish semifinal. Let's get that right. The parish semifinal. This is a big deal. Whether you like it or not, this is a big, big deal. Now, why aren't you getting ready to go to the event? I say go early. I say this is congratulations to Mr. Wayne Bowles and the Bowles Mini Oval. I say the Bowles International Mini Oval in Southwest Manchester. Turn out, guys. If it's even for a moment, check it out. He has put a lot of work into this. It's going to be one of those community events and one of those events in Jamaica, in South Central Jamaica, that you should not miss. This is history in the making. This is a big deal. And I hope that the minister with that portfolio for sports and development turns up there, because this is not something that started from a government perspective. It's an individual who saw the passion and the dream. Cricket was his life, and benevolence was his game. And he also has a knack to look after the people in the community. That benevolence to give back brought him to this point. Not just him, but then his entire team and his family. This is something that is significant in this time and age and era in Jamaica. And I hope that it's highlighted by the government of Jamaica, because the court of arms is on it. SDC is on it. Hats off to the Bowles family. Mr. Danny Peart, I know the tents will be up and the chairs. Everything will be perfect for some later on. I'd say in a couple of seconds tomorrow, or to June 1st, in a couple of hours. Make sure you make your way to Bowles Oval, Downs District in Manchester. If you're coming from Negril along the south coast, make the right at Gutters towards Alligator Pond, and it's about three between 3 to 5 miles in on the right hand side. You can't miss it. If you're coming from Mandeville down Spur Tree and you make the left at Gutters, it's about 3 to 5 miles down on the right hand side. You'll pass Billings Top Rock, and Billings will be there. I'm sure Misha from the right spot will be there, and the Naram crew from the Mystic Inn, my place, will be there. So you make sure you're at Bowles Oval for T20 cricket, the Paris semifinals, tomorrow, June 1st, starts at 10 a.m. Ladies and gentlemen, just to recap, I'll say to you, U.S. immigration is not the same anymore. It's not. It has changed forever and ever. And I'm going to give you some clips in a few shows as we go along that will rock your socks off. Also, we've had some very significant deaths in South Central Jamaica. Pampy from Mr. Witter from Witters and Sons. My family passed away. Condolences to everyone. Opal passed away. Also, Mr. Bartley passed away. A lot. You gotta rewind this to see all that I've said. Condolences to everyone who had a loved one pass away. But this is the changing of the guard, the changing of the era in South Central Jamaica, and it is significant. because it is now time for people of my age and younger and older who are still surviving to make that transition to make Jamaica a better place. God bless everyone. This is Naran Promotions, the Real Deal podcast show. We emphasize that T20 cricket, June 1st tomorrow at Bowls Oval in Downs District in Manchester. Please attend it. It's going to be a historic event. It's going to be one of those monumental events that you will not want to miss, because you'll miss the history of what the significance of this is. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching Naran Promotions, the Real Deal podcast show. We say big up to DJ Latta. He's traveling to make sure that our journey to international venues will be perfect when we get back to you in those subsequent shows. Big up the Naram team in England. Big up DJ Asher D in England, my nephew. Will be coming your way soon. We'll be coming to Jamaica soon, the Caribbean soon, England soon, also Europe soon, and many other places like Canada and other places in the US and Central America. It's all in the making. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. One love. And we say God bless. Stay tuned. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and click the notification bell to know when we're on live. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. And we say we'll see you. We'll see you at the next show. God, goodness gracious me. Naram Promotions is at you. Good morning. Naram Promotions is at you.